the G20 Summit 2025 happening right here in South Africa must be cancelled, must be boycotted. And here's why. Some of us don't know the purpose of the G20. I have them here on my laptop. First, to coordinate global economic policy, to address financial crisis, to promote sustainable development, strengthen global trade, advance health and food security, my God, foster innovation and digital transformation. For who? Because the G20 comprises of European countries and South Africa. And this group of people are supposed to help Africans with no African allegiance. Where are the African countries? I can name you all the European countries involved. The only African country involved is South Africa. And South Africa is we're just supposed to welcome them with open arms. They want to come and buy off our land. And I've listed the purpose of the G20. And this summit, they are gathering to scramble Africa for themselves, just like they did 100 years ago. Where are the African countries that are meant to come together and speak on the issues that are currently plaguing our continent? Where is the G20 Africa? We're relying on the same European countries that separated and bordered us. Now they're going to separate the Zulus from the Xhosas, from the Vendas, from the Afrikaans. That's what they're going to do. And we're going to wonder how now you can't go to KwaZulu-Natal. You're going to wonder. You're going to need a passport. You're going to need some sort of identification, some sort of visa to visit Xhosa land now. Because we're letting them once again come over and discuss what we need. What do they know about what we're going through? What do they know about the solutions that we Africans need when they are the reasons we don't have what we need? We can't keep doing this. There has to come a point where we sit down and we think of how we can how we can actually impact the economy ourselves. Why is it that there's crisis right here in Africa and there's solutions right here in Africa, but our government is going to France that is pillaging Burkina Faso? Burkina Faso finally removed them. Why can't we remove the chains on our hands, on our necks? Why are we continuing to let the enemy decide and dictate how our resources are controlled? There's clearly too much resources. China is going to invest billions in Limpopo. They're smart, they got a good one. There's so much in Limpopo that South Africans, we're not even aware. That's what I mean in my previous video. All our social media apps are entertainment focused. We need to build apps that inform us of the resources that we have in our countries, in our provinces, what we have access to, the minerals, whatever. We cannot keep building apps and spaces that distract us as the youth want to dance. In every new song, there's a dance challenge. Every new damn song, there's some sort of dance challenge. And if you want to get famous, you hop on that. So you can get TikTok famous, but not get paid. So many content creators on TikTok, but they don't get paid. Why? They don't know how to access resources that will actually give them wealth. We keep focused on entertainment. Entertainment is a small piece of wealth. That's sense compared to minerals, compared to trade. If we let this continue, we might even lose TikTok. I don't know how they're gonna manage. We might even lose TikTok and YouTube, because they're gonna try to silence the people that are speaking up. Because when you speak up, people become aware. People get angry. People want to do something. And that's why I'm speaking up. That's why I'm here. I could have continued. I was on a roll. I was gonna be making songs all year. And I realized, oh my God, they're trying to distract even me using my own skills and my own talents. I forgot that my voice is not just a melody. My voice is not just a comedy, jokes. My voice can change the narrative. My voice can rewrite history. My voice can speak up for the people who can't speak for themselves, for the people who are afraid. And if you have a voice, you can speak up on solutions. You can speak up on what we need to do, what apps we need to develop, how we can develop them. One of the issues is when we recreate apps, we want to create exactly what already exists. We want to create new Instagram apps, South African Instagram apps, but we're still perpetuating the same thing, the same distractions, entertainment. It's not educational. It's not a place where we come together and we post essays and we post valuable information, new facts, new ways of thinking. We want apps so that we can For how long? How long are we gonna dance like a monkey? Just dance. How long? The G20 summit must not happen. We cannot let that happen. They are buying our land. Our president spoke about land back, land distribution. And he was talking about distributing it to the foreign people. That's why Malima speaks about taking it by force. Some law students know that you can actually claim the land with no banks. They know there's strategies on how you can go to an open space and all of a sudden it belongs to you. There are law students who study, but when they're not speaking up, you need to talk about what you know. You need to talk about the systems that we can control, the things that we can change. Speak up about it. If you're an economics student and you found a way on how to balance sheets, I don't know. I'm not an economist, I'm a linguist. Tell us. Speak up. I listed the purposes for you. I listed what they are here to do. Coordinate global economic policy with no African countries involved. We're going to get policy, foreign policy, to dictate how we as South Africans move. There was opposed talking about how South Africa is owned or not owned by Europeans, and is written somewhere on a contract, on some papers. We don't need a paper to see who controls this economy. We don't. Our president is an employee of the Europeans. Lifetime contract to give them whatever they want on our land. They need to step down. We need to push all our government leaders to step down. And when they do, we need to already have established solutions on how we're going to move forward. And the only way we can establish that is if we talk about the solutions, if we come together and we express our opinions, our thoughts, our ideas that are sitting. Some of us are afraid to even tell our friends what we think because it's been so easy for the government to dismiss ideas, entrepreneurial, creative, to dismiss. So even our friends are gonna not come online and let us hear you. Your voice matters just as much as our president, who came online the other day telling us it in the plain, mysterious. My friend, we are trying to figure out how South Africans can get out of the poverty mindset and even finances that we're currently in. Discuss that, address that. But you want to bring in mysterious people from far off lands